Bright Pool has been renowned for being one of the four most famous haunted places in Hong Kong, and urban legend surrounding this place has been prevalent for years. So, have you ever heard of the story about the Bright Pool?
先生想問你有冇聽過新娘潭呢一個都市傳說？
都有嘅，都有嘅。
咁你覺得呢個都市傳說你有冇感到好不安啊？或者你覺得呢樣嘢係咪真嘅咧？
就應該係啲民謠傳說咯，又未必係真嘅，我又唔會覺得不安，我都會照嚟咯。
Have you ever heard of the urban legend of the Bright Pool? No. And since then, there's accidents such as car crashes and falling off the cliff happening at this place. So, after hearing the brief version of the urban legend, how would you feel? Would you feel a little bit afraid of this place?
No, I don't really believe in that.
Okay, thanks.
Was that it?
Yes, that's all.
Okay.
我想問你有冇聽過關於新娘潭嘅都市傳說？
都有少少嘅，係咯。咪有個新娘死咗就知咯，但係衝當時大雨啊嘛，跟住衝走佢，跟住就死咗啊嘛，個新娘係咯。
咁我想問你，聽完呢一個都市傳說之後，有冇話對呢一個地方覺得有啲陰森啊、落雨啊，或者天氣唔好、夜晚嗰啲時候會避免嚟呢一個地方咁樣樣？
冇，因為夜晚我都唔會嚟呢度。你話平時咁行山嗰啲我冇問題喎。
多謝晒你。According to legend, a bride died on her wedding day. When the sedan chair was crossing the bride's pool, one of the chair colleagues slipped over on the bridge, causing the sedan chair and the bride inside to fall into the water. Since then, different accidents such as car crashes, falling off the cliff, and drowning occurred. Some claim that they saw a bride sitting beside the pool. It is also said that ever since Lunar July, people passing by the bride's pool can hear the music of a wedding procession. Some have even seen a woman combing her hair by the pool nearby, but she did not have any reflection in the water, and she would turn back with a smile. The pond was such named it the Mirror Pool. Hearsay saying that the bride is seeking a fall guys also occurred in the community.
Deep in Plover Cove Country Park in Hong Kong's New Territories, there's a place with a romantic surrounding name that is actually quite terrifying. It's called Bright Pool. The scenery here is beautiful, with clear pools and gurgling waterfalls. It should be a great spot for city people to escape the noise and get close to nature. But because of urban legends that have been passed down for hundreds of years and real tragedies that have happened, locals list it as one of Hong Kong's four most haunted places. It has become both mysterious and dangerous. When people talk about Bright Pool, almost all Hong Kongers immediately think of scary stories like The Round Bride or Crying at Midnight. These stories have been told and retold, getting more and more exaggerated, and covering Bright Pool with a thick veil of mystery. But did you know these seemingly true legends have no reliable historical evidence to back them up? If you look through Qingda's official records, local chronicles of New Territories, and village documents, there's no a single specific record of a bride journey here. The only thing that comes close is a book called New Territories Guide, published in the 1950s. It mentions a bride fell into the water during the Xianfeng period, but the exact location is very vague. It says it was somewhere down the mountain, not a cavern waterfall pool, so the story of the drowned bride is probably made up by later generations, maybe to explain the eerie feeling of the place or just to add a bit more mystery. However, while the legend may be fake, but the real Bright Pool is truly a place of death, Over the past few decades, many strange accidents and tragedies have happened here, claiming the lives of many people. In 1998, a couple with 2 young children died here from carbon monoxide poison. In 2013, 2015, and 2017, there were more car accidents, cliff falls, and suicides here. What's most shocking is that most of the victims were men. This is completely different from the legend of the blonde white girl seeking revenge. So, what is a place with no proven record of a drowned bride called White Pool? Why do so many accidents happen here? Is there really a ghost lingering, or is there a more reasonable explanation?
The earliest official record of Bright Pool appeared in the 1915 to 1916s. Back then, it was a narrow ravine surrounded by Park Sin Land and Long Lane. During which was poor, so flash floods were common. Look at these old photos. The waterfall drops from 15 miles, like a roaring silver dragon. Huge rocks everywhere like stops. In the rainy sections, everything is slippery, very easy for someone to fall or get swept anyway. Now imagine the Qin dynasty. No proper roads, just mountain paths, 10 times more dangerous. If Sudan chair carrier slipped while carrying a bridge, the whole Sudan could fall straight into the pool. As you can see, this is the Bright Pool waterfall today. You can tell the water flows really fast, and here's a photo from 1981 showing exactly this spot. You can see that, even back then, dust, trees, and layers like a natural trap. Flash flood could come suddenly, and hiker might fall. There were no safety guides at that time, and it was basically untempted mountain terrain. Given that, accidents happening here were actually quite reasonable. As you can see from some of the historical maps we found, the first one dates back to around the 1900s. Back then, Bright Pool didn't even appear yet, but the location where it is now sits right at the center of this map. Next, here's a real aerial photo from 1963. You can see the area was extremely isolated. There were mostly farmland and terrace fields with lots of discarded rock near the pool. The nearest village like Wukantan were far away. If an accident happened back then, it could take hours for anyone to find the victims, delaying rescue and increasing danger. Now, looking at the 2018 aerial map, you can see that while the area is still deep in the mountains with just one road, there are parking spots and fixators. With modern technology, you can call for help if needed. But back in those days, in this remote terrain, timely rescue was almost impossible, which helped explain why so many accidents and fatalities were reported here. The geographical isolation acted almost like a natural cage. Real accidents became rumors. Rumors slowly turned into legend. Over time, Bright Pool earned its representation as Hong Kong #1 hunter spot. All these environmental factors help make this area feel so eerie. But here's the real question. How did this real dangerous evolve into a cultural myth, and why specifically a bridge? Let's explore that in the next section to find out.
So, from the previous part, we can see that there were in fact different people who died at the bride's pool. There is even a groom who died there. Still the big question, why is the bride's pool not simply the pool of death or groom's pool? It is because the term bride has a special meaning. In many cultures and eras, people believe that weddings play a pivotal role in a woman's life, being a significant milestone. It is the big day when a young girl becomes someone's wife and a starting point of a new life. It might also be a crucial moment for men, but in the old society, men had their career, interpersonal relationship, and getting married is obviously not the most important moment. Yet, for the young girls, especially in the bygone era, devoted a lot of resources, such as time and money, to prepare for their dowry as well as wedding dress. Getting ready to become a mistress of a new family and even giving birth to and raising her own kids. However, on the day of marriage, when they were hoping for a brand new life, everything stopped suddenly due to her death. The unique red wedding dress of the bride does play a pivotal role too. In conventional Chinese culture, red symbolizes celebratory and festive. People usually wear red only when participating in festivals, weddings, and the like. Then, why do people believe those who died in red would become malicious spirits with stronger power? There are two main streams of explanations. The first explanation is that red is a color that allows ghosts and spirits to move freely. Around the mid-Qing period, in the 57th year of Qianlong, there were already folk believed that those who hanged themselves wearing red garments could become malicious spirits. The underlying reason was that when a ghost in red entered households, the red color was associated with young energy and resembled a living soul, and thus the household guardian deity would not prevent its entrance, allowing it to move freely and cause disturbances at will. This is also mentioned in Ji Xiaolan's notes. Another explanation is that people believe that ghosts are afraid of red objects. However, if a person dies while wearing red clothes, they will no longer be afraid of red if they become ghosts. In addition, they may even gain stronger supernatural powers and become fierce ghosts.
No matter the urban legend is real or not, Bright Blue still carries the collective memories of Hong Kongers and the imaginations of the community.